Okay, I think I remembered. Line to yourself. Why it's a prop. Oh, shit. Well, I guess. I don't know what the title's going to be. It's probably going to be something more catchy than that, but. Because everyone's going to be like, oh, of course you shouldn't lie to yourself, and you shouldn't lie to anybody else. But who actually fucking does it? Who actually doesn't lie? Because there are a fair few people in the fucking world who find themselves not lying. And why it's so hard, I don't understand. Um, I guess I've been raised with the concept, again from my father, 5 minutes of discomfort is worth a lifetime of regret. What does that mean? If you got something uncomfortable to tell somebody and don't, because it's uncomfortable to do it, it can cause any number of regret and any length of regret, or a lifetime, just like you said. For example, if you were like, if you caused yourself to be cheating on a significant other and didn't tell them because it would have been uncomfortable to do so, I think you know that's a piece of shit move. It's a pretty well understood piece of shit move. But why do people do it? It's a well understood piece of shit move because people do it. People do it because it's uncomfortable to fucking hurt people. It's uncomfortable to do uncool shit to good people, to people who you know are good or, you know, have some sort of feelings for. How did you get there? How would you have caused yourself to cheat on a person that you actually didn't want to hurt? Because you're a selfish person and you're duplicitous. You were one way around whoever you're getting with and one way around your significant other. Wouldn't you know, you found yourself in the middle and you don't want to go on either side, because you can either go over to the significant other and say, well, I blah blah, I grounded philosophy, cheated on my significant other, and now I'm with this person, which is kind of a dirty storyline. Or you can stay with your significant other and but live with the fact that you cheated on them and will never tell them, which is gonna weigh on you. And you know, as soon as you tell your significant other, they're gonna be pissed. They're gonna be pissed because they're gonna be hurt. If you had told them from the start, maybe there was a chance that you could recover. But the longer you go not telling them, the more they're not going to trust you, because you've just spent however long that is just in a web of lies. Where if you had just been honest from the start, let's say preventing this at all, if you were one with yourself the entire time, you could have either, if you were unhappy with your significant other, been one with yourself, did 5 minutes of discomfort and said, look, I'm not happy with this relationship and I would like to go seek other options. Uncomfortable, not fun. There's nothing fun associated with that. But you just saved everyone a lifetime worth of regret by doing that. Or let's say you didn't do that because you fucked up and now you're around somebody who you understand that there's a potential that you could cheat on whatever, what the fuck ever. If you got that far and it was like gonna happen and you were like, shit, okay, you know, sorry person I'm gonna hook up with, I'm feeling shitty about this because I don't want to cheat on my significant other and that's gonna be, you know, that's just a shitty thing to do. So, sorry, can't do that. Fucking, I gotta take care of some shit before that happens. Uncomfortable. Saves everyone a lot of regret. On the other hand, you can everybody knows the story. If you don't do that, it's just natural. It's not natural. It's not natural at all. It's natural to understand why that's fucked up. Yet it seems natural for people to do this shit because it's so difficult to just take that fucking single 5 minutes of discomfort and just do it. Just say it. Just do what you gotta do. And this applies to any number of things, but I felt like the cheating example probably everybody has a fair understanding of that, whether you see movies or experience it yourself. So, how does this tie into being dishonest? I don't know if I announced that, but that's what we're doing. If you're dishonest with if you're dishonest with the world, you are lying to yourself more than anyone else. I just made that up. Uh, what does that mean? Uh, if you're lying to someone in the world about a specific subject, because that's usually where lies come from, or you can lie to them about who you are by being duplicitous. Watch the fucking video. Um, that that's inherently a problem. Let's just play on that. I'll say this small example and then I'll get to the other one. If you're lying about a specific thing to a specific person, you're lying to yourself more than you're lying to another person because you're only talking about this much with that person. But if you're not being honest with yourself, you're not being honest with yourself about a lot of shit. It is highly likely that you are not just lying to yourself about this one thing. Because if you make words of a lie, you've just essentially put into creation this fucking made up shit. And your mind doesn't really know that much of a difference. If you have only the memory of you saying a lie, maybe you'll believe that that happened. And that's how a lot of people convince themselves ridiculous shit. Or people who just are compulsive liars. There's that personality type who usually lacks in personal experiences, therefore will claim to have personal experiences that are just over the top and nobody believes them. And it's just that you probably know whoever that is. That person doesn't know themselves. And if you're lying to somebody about whether it's something big, specific, or big in my mind of you personally, you are presenting yourself as a fucking lie. You are lying to yourself so bad. And that dishonesty eats at your soul. You don't know who you are. If you can't be honest with who you are to yourself, you don't have yourself. You don't have anything. And you're probably fucking depressed. That is would be a huge cause of depression. If you don't know who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, how you're going to get there, you're defined by whoever's pushing you around or whatever fucking victimship you're going to seek today. Of course you're fucking depressed. What the fuck? Because if all you own is negative shit, which is made up, it's entirely based on perspective. If you have a perspective of like, okay, I'm just gonna write it down. This is another subject, victimship. We're not gonna talk about that right now. If you're dishonest with yourself, you're not gonna know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, you don't have anything. Because you can have a tangible thing, a fucking object, and it can be gone tomorrow. But you, no matter where you are, will always have yourself. And whether you should work on liking that person, because they're the only ones who are going to be with you no matter what. And if you don't know who they are, you're in a person, whatever, then you feel lost. And that's not going to be fun. It's going to be perpetual depression until you figure it out. And if you figure out that you're not the person you want to be, congratulations. At least you can acknowledge who you are, and then you can work on it. You can't fix the truck unless you identify that the truck is broken, you know? It makes sense? So, but if you just pretend that the truck isn't broken, you could pretend all the way until your wheel falls off on the highway, and then all of a sudden reality is in front of you. And like, oh, even though I said it wasn't broken, it was broken. And now it's like, reality is here, and I've gone careening into a family of 4 off a fucking cliff. Like, that's reality. So you could pretend whatever your reality is, but reality remains the same. The actual tangibility of it. And that's why lying's a problem. Because a lie didn't exist. Whatever world is created when you fucking put a lie into the world, didn't exist until you made it. You created it. You take ownership of that shit. Whether you like it or not, you did it. So I, ground of philosophy, fucking lied and then created a false world in which whoever I lied to exists. That's not something I want to say again. I don't want to say in truth. So don't do that. Be honest with yourself by being honest with the world. Okay? I love you. And we're going to do... I was going to say victimship next. Maybe I will. It's kind of a loaded subject. But, yeah, we'll see. All right, next one.